FIDE Master John Curtis back again. I'm just going to play some 5-minute chess games. Just going to stretch it for 3 minutes out to 5 minutes in this session. That way I'll be able to better explain some of the games to you and the reasons why I'm making certain moves, because what it's really all about is not just a video feast of chess, but it's more about a learning experience for you too, about what's going through my mind, how I make decisions that might better help you making decisions in your chess and in your games. So, and just for the pure entertainment of occasionally just watching me squirm when I'm losing games and when people are giving me a real good hiding. Yeah, so then they can call me a bunny rabbit. In Australia, like I don't know about some countries, but if sometimes a strong player might say, "Oh, you're so weak, you're a rabbit." What they're talking about is like, you're a weak chess player, if referring to you as a rabbit. But as you can see, I've got a picture of Stanley, His Royal Highness there, on my screen today, and Stanley is a real rabbit. Anyway, without further ado, as our friend Agad Mator says, we will go and play live chess and play 5-minute games. 5 minutes. Playing 5 minutes. Play. Right, there we go. And here we go. We're playing Jazz Kings 1990 from Slovakia. Play the King's Gambit. To hell with it. We'll just have a go. So we're just going through with a main line. Point being, we just challenge. We hold our pawn, and we just do whatever we can to just take it off, I suppose. What am I supposed to play? Pawn takes pawn. And what am I doing here? Queen to d4. So I got 4 through 7 pawns. My opponent's got 6. Bishop to king 3. And bishop to d3. Knight takes knight, pawn takes, bishop takes pawn check, queen takes, and queen takes bishop check looks like a good game. 5 minutes, queen takes knight. I'll take that. Didn't understand that move. Oh, bishop pawn check. So I play pawn takes bishop. Bishop takes. And bishop takes pawn. And king to f3. I like that one. Because if he's going to take that pawn anyway with check, with this way I can play knight f3. Oh, he doesn't do it. So I hold the pawn. Is he just trying to win on time or something? What's his rating? 1990. He must just think he's invincible. He can do anything. Oh, he's got another thing coming. Rook d1, we'll hold it. Uh-huh. -3. Rook on the A file to E1. Bishop takes pawn. You must be tired. You're just losing all his material. You're just taking everything. I don't understand. I don't understand why Joe's Kings from Slovakia is just giving me so many pieces. I'll just take the rook. And I'll just go here. Rook gets rook. King takes. We've just got so many pawns. Right now, King E4. King D3. King here. That was a bad move. Could have bishop checked him then. I'll just take it. And a new game. Well, I hope you enjoyed that game. It was instructive. That is, you just can't just keep giving all your pawns away in chess. I'm playing Max 2141. Max is from Russia. Maximilian. Or Max, anyway. I'm trying to call him something that he's not. A6. Oh, I just want to play bishop takes knight, knight takes pawn. That's the plan. Against Max from Russia, 2141. I'm 1980, my rating. I used to be 2300, and now I'm not 1980. That's how chess is sometimes. You got to just take the hard knocks and keep boxing. Because earlier on Twitch I was talking about Hikaru and how he was commentating that he was a little upset about the way Cookie crumbled. Well, he played knight back. I played bishop back. He's going there. Okay, right here. Let's see. I can go bishop back here. But it doesn't look too good. I'll play e5. Play d6. I play knight c6. I'll play knight d5. And I'll take the knight. You can pin the horsey. That doesn't look right. I think I'm committed to playing bishop there. Oh, he can move his knight around now and then attack my bishop. Could play g4. That's a bit weak, isn't it? Oh, castle queenside. It looks bad too. d6. Just play there, I suppose. Oh, I'm happy about this. I'll play queen to d8. I'll play knight takes knight. Okay. Play pawn here. I've got to stop him playing f4. Plays it anyway. Right. And queen to f3. f6. I'm going to be really cautious here in this position. He's attacking my bishop. Oh. Oh. Oh, I've got a terrible game. Oh, one time, I was just consistent. I had a bad game, but I just hung in there and just managed to secure a win on time over 5 minutes. So I suppose it was my speed from the 3 minute games that got me home, even though I'm not a fast player. Well, I'm just going to finish it on my bishop. I'll play e5 with the idea of knight G file to e7. There it goes. And just castling and maybe f5 at some stage. Maybe rook b8 and b5. Just depending on what my opponent does. I'll castle. So we're both almost completed our development. I'll play b5. a5. And just push that pawn. I'm just trying to hold the black squares. c6, d5, e5, f6, g7. Along that long black diagonal, I just want to control lots of black squares. My opponent's going to get white squares, and so I need the black squares. That's basically it. It's not rocket science. I just play f6 now. I just play something solid. The only move he can break through with is f4. So he's going to move his knight back then. Oh, he's just giving me a pawn. Take that. Yeah, so my plan is very simple. Just take off that extra pawn, play bishop e6. But take with the knight's bad. It's bad anyway, but to hell with it. I'll take with the pawn. Because he can't play d4 while his knight's on c5, so he's got a problem there. I can play pawn here now. Yeah, and so now I've basically eliminated my weakness. I've created weaknesses, but at the same time I've eliminated weaknesses. It's a strange position, isn't it? Okay, well what about simply, if I play pawn takes pawn, if he takes with the pawn, his knight's a bit stupid, isn't it? He's got a sort of silly knight. What if I push past? I kill his bishop, don't I? I'm good to kill his bishop. Now I can play bishop. That's not a good move. Queen checks was better. Now I just get my simple bishop e6 in the move I actually wanted to play. So yeah, now he's trying to get a blockade running for himself. Right. So what do I do now? Reconfigure my knights, but I'll drop a pawn. Let's play Queen d7, and that way, in some variations, I'll be able to just hold that pawn down there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind changing queens in this position if you don't mind. You'd like to change queens? Okay. Well, I can play rook here, and I'll change queens and rooks if you like. If you don't, well, now my plan is to play knight b5 and knight c3. I think I just continue with my main plan, knight b5. And just keep a head on the clock. So keep a head on the clock, keep the extra pawn. Well, knight c6, it's a problem for him. Threatening knight checks wins a bishop. That would be a real problem. So he moved his king around square where I'm threatening knight checks. So he virtually allowed me to control the narrative. I can play knight checks, knight takes bishop. You know what? It's probably not that bad. Anyway, I've got to get my pieces working. I'm just going to go there. I don't want to waste too much time. If I play pawn takes pawn, he gets a square for his pieces, but he's got a problem. It's a good little tactical threat, admittedly, but my pawns are really, my pawn chain's pretty solid now. There's no time whatsoever is he thinking of, oh, bishop takes pawn must be good for me. I come out with the pawn here. Okay, so king up. Oh, bishop there. Bishop there. We'll hit that knight. And we'll take that knight. And we'll take the bishop. And we'll play king here. And bishop here. Our plan is just to play bishop c6 and win. It's not complicated. Pawn takes. Bishop there. Got no time and his structure's busted. King here. He's only got seconds left on his clock. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that game. It was instructive. How to play an endgame. It was difficult. It was probably even at best. So we'll go in and play another game. This will be a shorter stream. I just did a longer one. I tried to post it to YouTube. It was just too long. So, and I'm playing 5-minute games now, so I can't play too many of them. I'll play G6. G7. And we'll just knight f6. Nothing brilliant. Bishop there. I'll take that one. I'll just play knight here, castles. No, play knight there. That's right. I'll take that knight. I'm happy to take that knight. I'll take that knight too. And I'll play c6. Play 5. So my plan is basically just get the knight working and put the knight on f6, maybe put the knight on e5 at some stage. Right, so I just castle. See what he does. Right, so I play pawn. So I effectively locked off the whole position. So there's no attack. So now I'm putting all the pawns in the right colour to nullify any play. So with his king there, I'll play rook here. That's probably the only place he can actually get an attack. So now where my knight belongs is trying to attack his king on the other side of the board. thinking about it. He's not sure what to do. Okay, that was easy. I thought it would be much harder to get to his king. All I knew was that what I was doing was I was making my position impregnable with my pawn structure, and just hoping that he would well, won a piece there. I don't know what he was doing, but whatever it wasn't good. Look at all my pieces working. Every piece is working. Every piece is doing a job. And I've got an extra piece. So I can't see what he can do. Threatening rook takes bishop check. That's a pissy little move. Queen at f3. Just threatening bishop takes pawn and smashing him. Also threatening queen to knight 3. And now I'm on everything. I'm a piece up and I'm threatening everything. Everything on the board. I've got bishop takes pawn. I've got everything. I can play bishop takes pawn, I can castle. But bishop takes pawn. If no h3. He's threatening bishop. He's not threatening queen to d6. I just play bishop takes pawn. He takes my pawn. I'll take his. He can't play bishop d6. I'll just take that bishop. He's got no threats. So he's just desperate. He's trying to find moves. It's Timothy the Fish. Timothy the Fish from the United States. And honestly, he's playing like a fish. I'll castle kingside. My king's impregnable. Once my rooks start moving, he knows trouble follows. So if I play queen here, there's no combination where he wins a piece. You can play rook up, I can check. I got queen to bishop 3 here. That ties him up a bit. I don't want to be playing queen to bishop 3 all the time though. He's threatening the mate line here with rook g6. Now, play bishop f4. And that's not a bad move. because I can play queen and bishop 3 because my knight can recapture. So I gain time, and it's valuable time too, because I can now play bishop to G3, and I can play rook on the F file to E8. So now I can start saying, do you want to swap rooks? That's a big change in the position, especially when you're a piece up. You're offering to remove one of the major pieces. And now he's just trying to find some play, basically. He hasn't got any. So I just played bishop back, and now we've nullified all the squares. We've got no weaknesses. We've got rook takes rook check. We've got queen d3. And we've got no weaknesses in the position. Not a single weakness. Right. So he can't do anything. So rook here. Rook e2. Now double rooks. Still no threats from him. I'm threatening rook to e8 check and mate follows virtually, almost. It's almost a mate. But we're just going to swap off all the major pieces. There you go, rook checks. Rook takes rook check. And now queen to e2. And he must change queens because bishop e5 is coming. And then he's dead anyway. So now bishop e5. Yeah, he can put his queen, he can give me a check. But my queen goes in. He's going to lose all his pieces. King takes, but the rook's trapped. Pawn takes. We just leave the rook trapped. He's in Zugzwang. But that was a really easy game. Next game. So it was Timothy the Fish, 1980, from the United States. He was a fish, all right, but he tried to be inventive after he blundered his piece. We're playing Ferrigno. There was a Lou Ferrigno. He's from Poland. There was a Lou Ferrigno, and I don't know whether he was Polish, but that was the Ever-Loving Hulk, the original, or one of the first. I'm just getting a good pawn chain, not trying to do anything. I'll play bishop here, threaten his knight. That threatens to take the pawn off. So he pushes the pawn. I can now take that knight here, and as you can see, the bishop is just biting on granite on the position. So now I can play. I've got a choice of several moves here. I can play. I really want to play c5, but I don't want him to play a3. So and get the two bishops. So I'm just going to play. Knight to the d7. And now I'm just going to retreat my bishop back to f8. Yeah, and now I'll play knight to e7. And now this is a tricky position. Queen to b6. Queen c7 might have been better. I'll play now the c5 move that I always wanted to play. Now I get a lovely flowing knight on threatening to take the pawn here. His real knight on g3 belongs on f3. His pieces are really awfully placed. I can play a4, and that restricts his queen side from expanding with b4. I didn't want to take the pawn because he'll attack me and just do some nasty things. So now I'm going to play h6. That sort of stops his kingside attack that he wants to play. let's see now. Play bishop e7. Just get the pieces working. I've got a knight on d7. Looks a bit stupid. My king's weak. His king is very solid. So, I mean, I prefer the white position. For the moment, I prefer the white position for the moment. I'll try pawn here. Just see what we can rustle up for him. If we can rustle up something for him. Perhaps my bishop did belong on there. Yeah, maybe it does belong in here because I really need to play g6. He's playing bishop back to e2, so he's putting his bishop on a good square. And I had the wrong plan. I probably should have had to play g6 and h5. So he's going there. So now I'll play g6. And h5 is probably a good move. Right, now he's got knight f4 with the idea of knight takes pawn. I need to play bishop e7 and try to hold that pawn, what's his name over there? I don't want a castle, obviously, on the king's side, but I've got to play rook. I'm going to have to play rook to g8 if I'm serious. This knight, I don't know what he wants to do here. I can take that. I can change queens. Because my queen wasn't doing much over there. So it's not too bad for me. Right, so I play queen here. Yeah, this is a good idea that he's got here. Play pawn here, attack his queen. F6. I'm really going for it now because I see him playing knight up. That's right, and getting a check, a dirty big check on my rook. So I'm going to play rook to b8. Yeah, I see the check. I'm coming over here. I'm castling by hand. Pawn takes pawn. Knight takes pawn. So now I want his knight. Now we've got a double-edged position. All right. So now I've got to hold all my lines of play. I play knight here. Certainly queen takes pawn check. All right. So I play king here. I get a bit of time because I've got that queen takes. Right. So I'll take that. That's one piece gone. Then I can come here. Now there's no checks. He's got 5 pawns and I've got 5 pawns still, so it's still not too bad. I can push the pawn on his queen. Still threatening. Oh, he's got a pawn. Right, king up. I've got a really good pass pawn there, that d pawn. So he got a pawn. Now this, I need to push. I can't push that d pawn. Rook behind the pass pawn. You could put rooks behind pass pawns. Knight forwards because we want to push that pass pawn. All right, pawn to g5. I want to make sure that I am in control of this damn play. Yeah. Okay. It was a draw. He was 2010 for Igno from Poland. So that was not a bad game. Try one more game. We're playing Seneca 62. Seneca 62. The rating's over 2000 now, 2016. So 5 minutes obviously suits me better than 3 minutes. Getting older and getting slower. Play H3. Now I'm threatening the old G4 and knight to E5 business. I've seen all the good players play. And they'd usually take that bishop, I suppose. Can we get away with this move? Right. Now, okay, so we're just going to leave the bishop there. It's not doing anything. I want to take that bishop when it suits me. I don't want to let everything take place at his agenda. It's got to be at my agenda. Okay, so we just play pawn here. Right, so it's working a bit better now. And now this is the key position. Knight takes knight. He's been going backwards all along. Now if he plays pawn takes knight, c pawn takes, then he's got this big massive problem. Okay. So I want to threaten his knight over there. I'll take with the probably good to take with that pawn. This is a tough decision. That looks right. I'll do the move that looks right. This is not so easy. Bishop here, whoops, bishop here. Take that. And now, queen bishop 3. Just threatening queen takes pawn check. That looks like a good move. It opens the king up. The king's in a mess. It's Piggy in the middle. It's Piggy in the middle on steroids. Queen takes pawn check looks fantastic. He's got no time for anything. I've got the attack on his knight now, and his knight's got nowhere to go, and it's awful. Even though my king now play king here, if he moves his knight, there's discoveries. I've got rook here, pins a knight. Look at this. And that's the winning move. It's just no defence. Okay, so that was just a massacre. Oh, that was a really good game. I think that's a really good game, and it's good enough to finish the stream on. I really hope you enjoyed that game against the Seneca 2032. Right? That was a very good game. It was really instructive. I played that well. For a change, I'm playing much better at 5 minutes than 3 minutes. And what I'm doing, I feel that I'm doing, is I'm contributing more to the people at Twitch and to the people on YouTube by playing better chess and having more time to explain the games. As it was, I had 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. So, but it could easily have been a tighter game, and then I might not have been able to explain the moves so clearly and extrapolate how I was thinking. Okay? All right, then I hope you enjoyed all that, and I'll catch you on the next Twitch stream or the next YouTube stream. But I'll certainly be coming in on Twitch again tomorrow at some time. Good night.